A John Pot TV Music Industry News Desk report.
Strap yourself in for where prohibited batteries not included, not available in the state of shock.
Hey, everyone.
Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah. Shiley is taking a break from the news desk for this week, so it's me, Steven, and my dad, Dan. How's it going, Dad?
It's going pretty well. How about you?
It's going okay. So, yeah, we got a lot of music news to talk about, but first, it's that time that we tend to begin.
Now it's time for
An icebreaker. And I'll throw one to you and the audience, of course. Folks, feel free to chime in. And like Steve said, we have a lot of news to cover and across quite a few different genres of music, too. So no matter what you're into, there'll probably be some news that you're interested in. But first, this I think is a fun icebreaker question for any type of music fan. So again, folks, chime in along with Steve. What is a concert tour that you didn't see that you wish you could have attended?
And does this have to be like within our lifetime or
no?
What?
Anything. That's an interesting question, but I'm trying to think like what was before, but now I know. Yeah, anytime.
No, yeah, I mean, we kind of talked about it last night, but the Union tour that Yes did would be pretty cool, but there's also the Tales from Topographic Oceans tour. That might have been cool to see in person. How about you?
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that because that's absolutely mine. The Tales from Topographic Oceans tour with, of course, Alan White on drums, Chris Squire on bass, Rick Wakeman on keyboard, Steve Howe on guitar, and John Anderson on vocals. Just one of our favorite albums, my very favorite album. And had I not seen Led Zeppelin, I might be sort of stuck on the answer. But being that I saw them and checked that box, definitely the Tales tour rises way to the top. And folks, we'd love to know, same for you, like not only tell us where you're watching from, but if there is a concert tour that you didn't see that you would have loved to see, and even like Stephen pointed out, even if it's before your lifetime, what would that be?
Yeah, so very interesting stuff. All right, so moving on.
Now let's see what's been going on this week in the music industry.
All right, all kinds of stuff. So via Entertainment Weekly, we learned that Stagecoach Music Festival in Indio, California, which is kind of near Palm Springs and Palm Desert, it's right there, was delayed last Sunday, April 25th, due to high winds in Southern California's desert region. The country-themed festival had to be evacuated temporarily. A message about it going out to the Stagecoach app at about 7:45 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. However, at about 9 p.m., after the winds had calmed, which usually happens around or after sundown, the winds do calm down because temperatures equalize, and so does barometric pressure, I happen to know. They were messaged stating that the festival would resume shortly. Headliner Lainey Wilson was able to take the stage after this. So glad they were able to recover that. I mean, put in all that work, Steve, the event people, the artists, people traveling to it, and then for it to just be canceled, that would have sucked.
Yeah, that was quite a quick turnaround. Like you have thousands of people or whatever, having to basically, like they're getting ready to leave and stuff, and then they're told a little bit later, oh, actually we're resuming. So glad they got that going again. So via Billboard, we learned that there was a heckler at the first show of Cyndi Lauper's Las Vegas residency on Friday, April 24th. Lauper was sharing a story about the track Sally's Pigeons ahead of singing it, and then someone in the crowd shouted something that could not be interpreted. Lauper replied, "I don't know what the F you're saying, hun," and as heard in a video recording posted by TMZ on Saturday, and continued, "But please remember where you are, okay? Because if you're trying to shade me, B, I'm gonna come for you. I'm from Brooklyn, and if I want to effing talk, I will do a tap dance if I effing want, unquote. She then joked to the crowd, quote, sorry, that of course is not part of my people skills, unquote. She has since performed a couple more Las Vegas shows on the 25th and 29th, with the final 2 happening tonight and tomorrow night, May 2nd.
That's so weird when that happens at shows. I mean,
Yeah.
why would you go to a show to heckle someone?
Yeah, it's bizarre. And actually at the Atlantis resort that me and my brother Alex went to in the Bahamas, we saw there's like an ad saying that Cindy will be performing on June 20th there. So
Oh,
I'm sure that'll be a really fun time.
yeah, absolutely. On April 25th, Saturday Night Live UK broadcasts Foo Fighters' live debut of their newly released material from their latest album called Your Favorite Toy. They played Caught in the Echo, which was the first single off the album, and A Child Actor, which is on the second half of their record. According to Billboard, quote, though Dave Grohl was in his early 20s when Nirvana broke through in the beginning of the 90s, he applies the metaphor of childhood fame here. Quote, I was a child actor, a face on the wall, holding my breath as I wait for the curtain to fall. Was it all good enough? Was it ever good enough? Anything, be the person that you want, he sings. Later, pleading on repeat, turn the cameras off, turn the cameras off. Grohl also had a cameo in the opening monologue of the episode. Huh.
Yeah, I've heard that Saturday Night Live UK is supposedly pretty good, but I haven't like given it an actual watch yet. It's been a while since I've really watched Saturday Night Live regularly, so it's kind of an occasional thing now. And now we got this UK version.
Yeah, I
British,
didn't know there was a UK version.
yeah. British record producer Fred Again had his 2025-2026 USB 002 tour, a dance phenomenon during which shows were announced the day before they happened, and attendees were told to keep their phones tucked away to be present for the shows. 2 months after the tour's conclusion, his team have shared videos and photos from the tour for free via a Dropbox link. According to Billboard, quote, a press release about the drop notes that everything being shared makes up the actual working Dropbox files that Fred's creative team used to develop USB 002, reflecting the way so many global creative teams do their collaborative work. Those who access the files are encouraged to download, edit, and generally get creative with the content, with reps for the project envisioning new tours, posters, videos, and other ephemera. Unquote. The press release also states, we're excited to give fans a glimpse into the process and the chance to connect with the creative work around his music in a more tangible way, unquote. So that's very interesting that attendees were told to like not use their phones, and now we have all these photos through a Dropbox link that pretty much anyone can go to.
Yeah, that's different. That's interesting. Things change. Sometimes they change back. Madonna announced this past Monday, April 27th, that her Confessions 2 album lead single, Bring Your Love, is a collaboration with Sabrina Carpenter. This follows their surprise Coachella performance. Let us know if you were at Coachella and if you enjoyed it. The Coachella performance is a mashup of Juno and Vogue together, as well as Like a Prayer. The album is a follow-up to Madonna's 2005 album, Confessions, on a Dance Floor. That was one of her better albums for me that I enjoyed.
Yeah, so interesting collaboration there. Tuesday, April 28th, Ariana Grande announced that her 8th album, Pedal, will be released July 31st and feature 12 tracks. In a press release, she said the album is, quote, something that is full of life, unquote, and about, quote, growing through the cracks of something cold and hard and challenging, unquote. She will be doing a tour from June to September, ending with a run of 10 London shows in support of her previous album, Eternal Sunshine, which came out 2024 before her appearances as Glinda in the films Wicked and Wicked for Good. According to Billboard, quote, though the Wicked actress had previously said that she wasn't likely to release new music anytime soon, wanting instead to focus on her acting career, she started teasing that she changed her mind a few weeks ago, unquote.
Interesting. Ed Sheeran shared a life update on his Instagram this past Tuesday, sharing that he shaved his head. Like, who would? Oh, wait a minute. I did that 25 years ago. Shaved his head for a new start. He also added new dates to the Loop Tour in Mexico, Brazil, Paraguay, Argentina, and Chile. He also shared a photo of himself and producer Martin Garrix reconnecting and playing guitars together. He did, however, also reveal that he has been battling shingles for the last month, but he is on the mend now, as he says in quotes. He is looking forward to getting on the Loop Tour in about a week. I'm glad he's pulling out of shingles. Jeez. Ugh.
Yeah. You know, and nice that he gave a life update to people and that he is on the mend, so that's great to hear. The Devil Wears Prada 2 is out now, and Lady Gaga has 3 songs on the soundtrack to the film. The first single from the soundtrack, Runway, was released April 9th and is a collaboration between Lady Gaga and Doechii, with the music video for it later dropped April 27th. The other 10 tracks on the soundtrack is an all-women cast of artists, including the likes of Sienna Spiro, Izzy Escobar, SZA, Dua Lipa, Ray, Olivia Dean, Miley Cyrus, Brittany Howard, Laufey, Ledisi, and the Marias. So, wow. Yeah, pretty star-studded soundtrack there.
Yeah, what a collection of amazing female artists. That's neat. That's neat. According to Billboard the other day, Desert Hearts co-founders Mika Lyon, Marbs, and Lee Reynolds will tour under the Desert Hearts name this spring and summer, with the new EP by the trio released under the Desert Hearts name. Also out yesterday, April 29th. It was today when it came out.
Yeah, 2 days ago.
2 days ago. Yeah, that's right. This news marks the first time the founders of the longstanding SoCal-based Desert Hearts Festival and Music Collective tour are touring and releasing under this name. The 2-track EP, California, is out via Desert Heart Records. Interesting release.
Yeah. And just today, we got news via Deadline that former One Direction singer Zayn Malik, who last month was hospitalized for an unspecified illness, has canceled all his U.S. tour dates. He said in a statement on his Instagram stories, quote, "To my fans, thank you so much for all the support and love you've shown me on the album release, and more importantly, your love, prayers, and well wishes for my health. I've felt it, and it's meant the world. I've been at home recovering, and I'm doing well, and will be better and stronger than before. I've had to take another look at my schedule for the months ahead and have to reduce the number of shows on the Conical Tour. I want to make sure I will get out and see as many of you as I possibly can. I'm really looking forward to playing these shows for you, and I hope to see the rest of you around the world very soon. Big love, Z," unquote. His first U.S. show would have been July 19th in Philadelphia, and there also would have been more shows in the fall, ending November 20th. The tour will now start May 23rd at the O2 Arena in London, and ticket sales for dates in Europe and Mexico are still ongoing. After the Mexico dates in June, Zayn is scheduled to travel to South America in October.
Interesting that Zayn Malik was able to, his whole team and everything, get everything like rescheduled so quickly on the fly like that. That's not always easy to coordinate. So hoping Zayn Malik feels better soon and gets back out there as scheduled. Cool. And yeah.
Yeah, well, I think the dates in other countries were already on the schedule, and it's just the U.S. dates that were canceled. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Cool.
All right.
Let's see what's in the news at John Talk TV. Yeah.
There we go. Drum Talk TV related news. We've got a lot of stuff happening. You still have time to use our early bird discount code for the Drum Talk TV Brilliance Arcade. Go to drumtalktvbrilliance.com and use the code Arcade2, the number 2, Arcade, all uppercase, number 2 at checkout to get the first, it's in the ticker, to get the first year of the arcade for only $2 a month or $20 a year for the first year. And if you get the annual membership for either the arcade or premium membership, we'll email you a code to give 3 people who would get it free for a year. So basically you're buying one and bringing 3 friends. And if you're not familiar with the arcade, we've got info on that. If you're not familiar even with the premium membership, we have a video. Should we play a video, Steve?
Yeah, let's play the video. So here we go.
Sit around and watch TV? Nah. Come keep your brain sparks firing with our music-themed brain teaser. Crossword puzzles, word searches, anagrams, and more, and of many music genres. Get your pre-sale pass now for only $2 a month or $20 for the whole year for the first year of unlimited play. Take a peek at www.drumtalktvbrilliance.com/arcade and use Arcade2 at checkout, and you are in, where the music meets the mind. Come on and play.
Awesome. And that goes away soon. So folks, if you love playing any kinds of puzzles, and they're so popular now, gosh, they're on LinkedIn, Apple News, Wall Street Journal, LA Times, I see them everywhere, but ours are 100% music trivia themed and just music anecdotal stuff, history. You don't have to be a musician, just a music fan. Crosswords, word searches, anagrams. We got some other really neat stuff we're developing. A lot of fun. So get in early. We're calling it like the founders level because we are still developing it, but it's going to leap up in price pretty soon. So get on in. And if you have a premium membership, you'll get it automatically. If you want to buy a premium membership, there's this, and the buy one get 3 applies to this as well. Check it out.
Rough day? Get away from the craziness and come take a fun break. Join the Drum Talk TV Brilliance membership site, an online virtual playground for all types of music fans. With your free club level membership, you get access to twice a month music-themed game shows with a chance to win prizes. Access to the first 100 viral drumming and music videos. You won't believe your eyes and ears. A library of over 100 fun fact segments to hear artists say what they love to do outside of their music careers. A place for drummers to post videos playing to their favorite music where it won't get muted or pulled. Join the Drum Talk TV Brilliance free membership at www.drumtalktvbrilliance.com.
And just a heads up, some of that is being moved into premium, some of the stuff that's in the free level. So get on board. Lots of fun. Always a bunch of crazy stuff happening in the world. Here's your healthy escapism. There you go.
Yeah. And this month, the month of May, we have a few drumming challenges that we're extending further. So one of them is the Jeff Porcaro Tribute Drumming Challenge, honoring Jeff Porcaro, best known for being in the band Toto, and he's guested on all sorts of other stuff. And we got the Rush 2112 Tribute Drumming Challenge, celebrating 50 years of a rocking Rush album. I'm sure lots of you have heard it, and you can play along to tracks from that. But when it comes to the title track, the 2112 Epic, play along to sections of that song. Each of those can be a different submission. And we also are extending the Led Zeppelin Presence Tribute Drumming Challenge. All these are being extended to May 31st, 11:59 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. So be sure to get those submissions in. Free members to our site, drumtalktvbrilliance.com, can submit up to 2 videos per challenge, and premium members can submit as many as they like. Win up to $125 worth of prizes, and even a chance to be interviewed by Dan. Expect results to be announced mid-June, and allow up to 30 days for prizes to be awarded afterward. the winners of the Kiss Destroyer Tribute Drumming Challenge, I think we're announcing Saturday, May 9th, and keep an eye out for when we figure out the time for that.
Yeah. And I'm going to make some videos to put on the site for each of those respective challenges, those being Led Zeppelin and Rush, just for some inspiration. And I'll even take requests of which songs you would want me to do, folks. So you can comment on this post. We'll put up some other posts. I'll make a video, but I love both those albums. I know them inside and out. So I'm keen to throw some stuff in there just so that people go, oh, I could do better than that. Good, then bring it. Bring your submissions for a chance to win. Lots of fun.
Yeah. And we also have something else coming up, don't we, Dad?
Yeah, we have, this is big. Our next music-themed game show is happening right around the corner, Wednesday, May 6th, my sister's birthday, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern U.S. times. The trivia theme will be women in music. Go to the events calendar at drumtalktvbrilliance.com and RSVP so that you can get reminders via our email list and get the Zoom link to join us in the game. These games are really cool. You caught a glimpse of one of them being played in one of those videos. You can win stuff even by guessing. We've seen that a lot, actually. And we've got music-themed prizes from Medley Merch. Thanks, Peter. And here's a video about their concert journal, which is one of the prizes. Check it out.
What concert would be your first entry if you had an ultimate concert journal? Your most recent concert? Your next concert? Or would you go way back like me and enter your first concert? For me, it was Led Zeppelin. Now you can with the I Was There Personalized Music Performance Diary Premium hardcover book. This is for all live music fans who experience live shows from clubs to stadiums. And what an amazing keepsake, and it makes a great gift. Use Drum Talk TV 25 at checkout for a one-time 25% discount, so load up. Get yours now via the link in the post.
Yeah, that's just one of the prizes. There's some really cool stuff, and we're starting to even switch them around a bit here and there so to keep it fresh. But we'd love for you to join us. It's lots of fun.
Yeah, and now for updates on Drum Talk TV's original series. Last Friday, Dad appeared with Drs. Eric Sandler and Michelle Schechter for another episode of Plugged into Hearing Health, talking about, as the title would imply, health related to the ear. And, drummers and music lovers, this series definitely has some great nuggets of info to check out. And then yesterday, Dad and bassist Jeff Berlin did another episode of Rhythm and Lows, talking about bassists and drummers that sort of catch your eye and ear and whatnot. So go ahead and check that out if you haven't already.
Absolutely. Thanks, Steve. And as for interviews, this past Wednesday, I chatted with Sterling Whiteside, great groove and chops drummer, who plays live and does studio work. He's also a music educator. And then yesterday, I interviewed the legendary Don Powell, best known for drumming for Slade for over 50 years. Like, who holds a job for 50 years? And that was so much fun, coming to us all the way from Denmark, me here in the mountains east of Phoenix in Arizona. Had a great conversation, could have gone on for hours. So we'll have to have Don on again for some more fun stories from the road and the studio.
Yeah, and over on Yes Shift, the prog rock themed podcast that we have, and very Yes centric, I went live this past Wednesday to review the expanded and remastered edition of Yes's From a Page, which I have on vinyl. And then last night, Dad and I reviewed Yes's Union album for its 35th anniversary, which featured 8 members of Yes, but not all together for every track. It's a strange release, I think, is the conclusion that we came down to it.
Right. That basically sums it up for sure.
Right. Okay, so now we take a moment here.
And now a moment to acknowledge those who have passed.
So via Penny Live, we learned of the news that came out the past week of recent passing of Don Schlitz, who which took place on Thursday, April 16th. Following an illness, Schlitz was a 2022 inductee into the Grand Ole Opry, which shared a statement about his death. Quote, "We're heartbroken to share the passing of someone who brought insurmountable joy to everyone here at the Opry member Don Schlitz," unquote. The statement on Facebook read, quote, "Schlitz was among the most influential and beloved songwriters in the history of country music. The Country Music Hall of Fame and Songwriters Hall of Fame member penned several chart-topping songs we all know and all love," unquote. Schlitz wrote such hits as Kenny Rogers' song "The Gambler." I never knew that one. Wow. I know the song. I didn't know he wrote that. Wow. Which hit number 1 on Billboard's Hot Country Songs chart and number 16 on the Billboard Hot 100. He was 73 years old at the time of his passing.
Right. And the next one we have here is, let me zoom in on that a little bit more. We also learned via Penn Live of the passing of Wayne Moss, which took place Monday, April 20th. No cause of death was given. Roy Orbison Jr. wrote on Facebook, quote, "My dear friend, the great guitarist Wayne Moss has died, a member of Nashville's A-team of musicians. Wayne was my dad's good friend and played on all the Roy Orbison Monument hits. Only the Lonely, Crying, Pretty Women. He played on thousands of country music hits. That's his guitar on Jolene by Dolly Parton, etc., etc. Wayne Moss played on Asa Orbison's first album, Blue Bayou, and let us use his Cinderella sound. Thank you. We love you, Wayne Moss," unquote. Moss was 88 years old at the time of his passing. So, yeah, quite a long career there.
Yeah, massive catalog that he played on, kind of like the Hal Blaine of the guitar. Wow. Via Billboard, we learned the news of the passing of James Valentine on Wednesday, April 22nd, in a voluntary assisted dying home 2 years after a cancer diagnosis. He was a saxophonist best known for his work with the Models before becoming a long-time broadcaster with the Australian Broadcasting Corporation. Australian singer Jimmy Barnes wrote the following tribute on social media, quote, "James and I have known each other for a long time. He loved music, and I heard him play the saxophones many times on the Models. He was a funny and insightful interviewer, and I will miss hearing his gentle voice on ABC radio every afternoon. R.I.P. James, you will be missed," unquote. Valentine was 64 years old.
Right. So, yeah, definitely will be remembered.
Yeah,
Then like 64, like compared to, like there definitely could have been more time. So it's unfortunate to hear about for sure. We learned the following from Billboard. Dylan Carter, known for being on season 24 of The Voice, died in a car accident on Saturday, April 25th in Colleton County, South Carolina. This news was confirmed on Sunday via a statement on Facebook by his nonprofit, The Local Voice, which raises funds for women battling breast cancer. Quote, "With heavy hearts, we share the passing of Dylan Carter, co-founder of The Local Voice, talented musician, and someone who meant so much to our community," unquote, the nonprofit wrote. And they continued, quote, "Dylan was the heart of what we do. He believed every voice matters and lived that every day," unquote. Moncks Corner Mayor Thomas Hamilton Jr. also released a statement on Facebook Sunday. Quote, "Our family is heartbroken to hear about the passing of Dylan Carter in a car accident. As a gifted singer, he frequently entertained our community with his performances at town events," unquote, Hamilton wrote. And then continued, "His kindness and charm earned him immense respect, and his absence will be deeply felt," unquote. As a result of Carter's passing, Moncks Corner's Music on Main event on Monday, at which he was set to appear, was canceled. Reba McEntire, whose team Carter joined on The Voice, wrote, quote, "We will miss Dylan so much. He was a brilliant, kind, and talented young man who brought a huge ray of sunshine to The Voice. Rest in peace, my dear friend," unquote. Carter was 24 years old. Man, that's just way too young to go out.
Yeah, jeez. Yesterday, Los Angeles Times, excuse me, reported on the passing of outlaw country pioneer David Allan Coe, which took place this past Wednesday, April 29th, with no additional details given. He's known for such hits like, and I remember all these, Take This Job and Shove It, Keep Those Big Wheels Humming, and Would You Lay With Me in a Field of Stone. The latter was a Tanya Tucker single, which peaked at number 46 on the U.S. Billboard's Hot 100, spending 10 weeks on the charts and reached number 1 on the U.S. Hot Country Songs. He even opened for the likes of Grand Funk Railroad, who was 86 at the time of his passing.
Yeah, so definitely a couple recognizable songs there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that brings us to this next segment, which is a bit of like the historical side of things, like more specific and granular, I guess you could say.
It's time for This Day in Music History. Why not the whole week? Because we'd be here forever.
Alrighty, so May 1st, this day in history, going backwards, starting from 2015, Mark Ronson and Bruno Mars gave the Gap Band a writing credit on their huge hit Uptown Funk due to its similarities with their 1979 track Oops Upside Your Head. Uptown Funk, which had topped the UK chart for 7 weeks and the US chart for 14, originally had 6 songwriters, but has now credited to the Gap Band as well. That's interesting. Definitely a recognizable song there. I remember when it first came out and was just all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah. And then back 10 years, 2005, on May 1st, Matchbox 20 singer Rob Thomas went to number 1 on the US album chart with his first solo album, Something to Be. This marked the first time a male artist from a rock group had debuted at number 1 with his first solo album since the Billboard Top 200 was introduced 50 years ago. Wow.
Yeah. And then in 1993, George Michael, Queen, and Lisa Stansfield went to number 1 on the UK singles chart with the 5 Live EP, which was recorded at the Freddie Mercury tribute concert held in April 1992 at Wembley Stadium, London. Led Zeppelin started a 2-week run at number 1 on the US album chart with Presence. Oh, sorry, that's the next bit that you're.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah,
that's all right. Going back to 1976. By the way, that Freddie Mercury tribute, I recorded that thing in real time across 2 or 3 VHS tapes. I have that in a box somewhere, but now you can buy, the real thing, which I should do. It was so good. It was so good. And speaking of Led Zeppelin, Robert Plant even did a couple songs. But yeah, 1976, May 1st, Led Zeppelin started a 2-week run at number 1 on the U.S. album chart with Presence, which we're doing the drumming tribute to, by the way, the month of John Bono's birthday, which will be the 31st. The group's 5th number 1 album, the LP's artwork from Hypnosis featured several photographs focused on a mysterious black object called, are you ready? The Object. Because it was
very creative.
Yeah, I wonder what got tossed around at that meeting, and then someone just said, let's just call it The Object.
Right. And then going back to 1969, Bob Dylan recorded an appearance for the Johnny Cash Show at the Ryman Auditorium in Nashville, Tennessee. After 2 solo numbers from Dylan, Johnny Cash joined him for a rendition of Girl from the North Country. In this primetime show, Cash enjoyed booking contemporary performers as guests. Neil Young, James Taylor, Ray Charles, and Eric Clapton were all booked to appear on forthcoming shows. So, yeah, a lot of big names there.
Yeah. Wow. Even back then. Wow. 1962, May 1st, the Beatles started a month-long, I know they'd show up at some point here. They show up every day. The Beatles started a month-long residency at the Star Club in Hamburg, Germany. American musicians, including Ray Charles, Bo Diddley, Fats Domino, Everly Brothers, Bill Haley, Jimi Hendrix, and Jerry Lee Lewis, also all appeared here. This is a very famous club. The club had a capacity of 2,000 people, and cinema-style seating was destroyed by a fire in 1987.
Wow. And then in 1956, Johnny Cash released his classic song, I Walk the Line, which became his first #1 Billboard country hit and remained on the charts for over 43 weeks, selling over 2 million copies. The unique chord progression for the song was inspired by backwards playback of guitar runs on Cash's tape recorder while he was in the Air Force stationed in Germany. So,
Wow.
yeah, we kind of got two back-to-back that had to do with Germany there. Interesting. All
That's a
right.
neat fact.
Yeah, so great historical music factoids and whatnot.
Here's a reminder of what's coming up soon on Drum Talk TV.
All right, folks. So don't forget to use the early bird discount code ARCADE2. That's arcade in all caps and the number 2 to get access to our new arcade at drumtalktvbrilliance.com for $2 per month or $20 per year for the first year. And there's also the buy one, get one free deal that we're doing where you can get either the annual premium membership or the annual arcade membership, and we'll email you a code that you can share with 3 people so that they can get the membership for a free year. And remember also to submit your videos to our current drumming challenges by May 31st, 11:59 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Jeff Porcaro, Rush 2112, and Led Zeppelin Presence. Those are the ones we're doing.
Yeah. And I just want to mention for the last tidbit here that buy one, get 3 for free, with graduation coming up, if you got friends, relatives that are graduating college, high school, or whatever, there's some things for them to all do together. Great for Mother's Day is coming up, Father's Day is coming up. Get it ahead of time. We don't even know how little amount of time we're going to have that special out there. I mean, we're giving 3 away if you buy just one. So get on board with that and head over to drumtalktvbrilliance.com to RSVP for the next music themed game show, which is May 6th, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern US times, with the theme all about women in music. And we reported on a lot of them today. So go to the website, navigate to the event calendar, just scroll down a bit and on the website, or you can visit our Facebook page and RSVP there. We have a Facebook event for that at facebook.com/drumtalktv, coincidentally. And there we go. That's this day's news desk report with me as the guest. I think next week, the other real superstar of the news desk report, Shiley Graf, returns. Is that right, Steve?
I believe so, but I'll double check. I know there's a lot of stuff she was busy with this week, but yeah, I'll double check with her.
Okay.
All right. So thanks for tuning in, everyone, and we'll see you all soon.